Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We're entering the first full continuous week of Brothers War drafts here on the channel, and the format is still young and exciting. So we're going to dive into pack one, pick one here with Teething Wyrmlet. 1 mana, 1/1. Has Death Touch if you control 3 from more artifacts, and then you gain life and put counters on it for artifacts and things. It's fine, but like not outstanding. Transmogrant Altar is kind of cute in certain decks. Liquid Metal Coating is a whiff in our uncommon slot here, so is Spectrum Sentinel. Honestly, this pack is pretty bad. Like, I'm not excited about really any of these cards. Gnawing Vermin might actually be better than Teething Wyrmlet in certain decks. I think this has the highest upside, so I'm probably going to take it. But like the best common here is probably Blanchwood Prowler, Bitter Reunion, Cavalry in some decks. Gix's Caress could be decent, but gosh, that was a bad pack. But then we see Skyfisher Spider, which is great. What does this one do? Oh, 6 for the amount of swamps. Okay, it's not great. Millstone's also not great. Arbalest Engineers is pretty good, but I think Skyfisher Spider is better. And maybe Ravenous Gigamole, Wheels, or something like that. Shoot Down's pretty good. Probably wouldn't mind playing a copy of that. Combat Courier's been an overperformer. Yeah. Recommission could be fun, but let's go ahead and take the Skyfisher Spider. This card is really good. And what now? This is unplayable. This is not great. This is not great. This is unplayable. These are some bad packs. Man, we are not doing great today. Maybe just an Argothian Sprite. 2 mana 2/2 can't be blocked by artifact creatures, and you can pay a bunch of mana to give it counters. Just to like stay green. Evolving Wilds could actually be the pick out of this pack though. And you know what? Maybe we end up like green-red or green-blue splashing the spider off of an Evolving Wilds. These packs are absolutely awful. And I don't really care about any of these cards. So I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds. And hope this picks up here soon. Alright, now there's a Disfigure, which is pretty good. Elsewhere Flask is also kind of cute. Cares about artifacts ETBing with Teething Wyrmlet, but like this card by itself isn't necessarily an enormous reason to go all in on artifacts ETBing. And in fact, so much so that I think I might just take a Disfigure to go with our Spider. Yeah, everything else is not great. I've really not been impressed by Scatter Ray. The presence of Power Stones makes this 4 mana kind of easy to pay in some spots. This is not great. I think it might be between Elsewhere Flask and Disfigure here. And the Elsewhere Flask is good in lots of decks, but I think I'm just going to take the cheap removal spell here. Removal's been quite good, and now we get to go for the throat and a Scrapwork Rager. I hate to pass up on one of these, but I'm going to go ahead and take the go for the throat. This card is very, very good, even in an artifact-heavy set. I would love a copy of Scrapwork Rager, and I would love a copy of Boulder Branch Golem, too. So maybe, and Gaia's Gift. So maybe green-black could be open. That'd be great, but yeah, we're just going to take the go for the throat. We can't worry too much about what we're passing when we get good cards like that. And now there's only one green or black card in the pack. That's a lie. I guess Clay Revenant is black. Mightstone's animation is actually really good, in my mind. We don't have any ways to make artifacts yet, but this set is easy to find that. I found this to be a very good card so far. Koilos Rock has also been pretty good. Clay Revenant is decent. It's like good with the Spider. It's good with the Wyrmlet. So do I want to stay down this green-black value train here, or do I want to try to dip into blue? I'm going to dip into blue a little bit, and I'm going to take the first Koilos Rock over the first Mightstone's animation, although that could be wrong. And this is a late Yotian Tactician. Is it worth, because there's also a Paratrooper here, and a Vanguard. I mean, do we abandon everything and go with this? What else would we take here? What are we giving up if we take a Yoshin Tactician? A Trench Stalker? A card's been like, okay. But in green-black, it's not maximized. Goblin Firebomb? We don't care too much about that right now. You know what? I'm going to speculate on this and just see if this keeps flowing. If next pack we see like a Gaia's Gift or something, we could just take that for green-black. But I'm going to speculate and see if Blue-White Soldiers is really that open. This is a pretty decent one for Blue-White Soldiers. I don't think this card's playable. Neither is this. This could be good in green-black. Same Thraxodemon. This one's... I don't know what deck this is good in. It's a very good card. I don't know what deck it's good in, though. So it's between Wasteful Harvest and Phalanx Vanguard here, depending on which deck I want to go into. I think one of these might wheel. I've seen these in like 3 packs already this pack. So I think this might wheel. So I'm gonna spread the love here and see if anything. Okay, so see the Aeronaut Cavalry did come back, and there's no green cards in this pack. There is Gix's Caress, which some content creators I've seen have been higher on this card. I haven't seen it cast yet, but I just don't like these effects. I'm not super high on these effects. I'm going to take the Cavalry, and maybe Soldiers is open. Because I don't feel... Well, now this wheels. Recommission is great. Well, this is a 4-drop. I'm going to take the Gigamole here. I don't think we need to take this for blue-white. I'm going to toe this line and see if in pack 2 we can, the first couple of picks, we can kind of make a decision here. The thing is, with taking these blue-white soldiers cards, I haven't really given up too much as far as the black-green deck goes. So I've only taken these out of packs that I think there really wasn't any good black or green cards. Which allows me to kind of, again, like toe the line between the two decks. Because again, no black or green playable cards here, but there is a 2-drop white soldier. So I'm not giving up anything by taking this. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this here. I think this is a really interesting draft so far. So I hope y'all are somewhat agreeing with my decision tree here. I think it's been an interesting decision so far. I don't think any of these cards are great. I really don't think I'm playing any of this. I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. Here you go, Scrapwork Cohort, pick 13. I mean, I think Blue-White Soldiers is open here. So maybe we get lucky. There's several rares in Blue-White for Soldiers that are great. I can think of the 3-mana 2/3 flyer. I can think of Harbin, the 2-mana 3/2 flyer. I could think of the Blue-White Land. There's the 3-mana Luminarch Aspirant variant that is also a soldier. I mean, there's tons of good rares that we could get passed to us if Blue-White Soldiers is open at this table. And I think I'm reading correctly that it is. So, and we got a Wasteful Harvest last pick anyway. So let's see if we find one of those. We find a Howling Mine and a Battlefield Forge, which neither are great. All right, what about soldiers? What do we have? We have Air Marshal and we have Paratrooper. And that's probably it. What about green, black? Thraxodemon, Razor Maw, Trench Stalker. It's not a great pack for really anyone, unfortunately. I think Soldiers is more open than green-black. I think we have a better green-black deck right now, but I think Soldiers is more open than that. And for that reason, I'm going to take the Air Marshal, which is... We've had 2 really bad pack openings here. Like, if this were pack 1, pick one, I don't know what I would take at all. Like, these are just garbage packs. But I'm going to take the Air Marshal because I think blue-white is more open than green-black. And then now we see Weakstone Subjugation. I mean, the best card in this pack is Bushwhack by a lot. So I'll probably take it. Now, there's a Veteran's Power Blade, but this might wheel. I mean, if there were even like another ambush paratrooper here, I would take it over the bushwhack probably, but there's like nothing for blue-white. Again, here's Elsewhere Flask, but not for us. Clear Cutter's kind of cute too. I'm going to take bushwhack and let's see. All right, now for green-black, there's nothing. We go back and forth. Good for this, bad for that. Good for this, nothing for that. What does this one do? 3 mana, 3/3. Return an artifact from your graveyard to your hand. That doesn't really go with our soldiers theme. Neither do these or this. God, is it just me or are we just having some bad packs here? Bonesaw just doesn't really seem worth a card unless you really care about the artifact version of it. There's a Power Stone Engineer, which is not a soldier, but it's a 2/1. Gix's Caress is also another Power Blade. I think we can wield this one or the other one if we want it. So I guess I'll take the Power Stone Engineer. And what does this one do again? It's decent, but it's like a splash card. Splitting the Power Stone, no thank you. Stern Lesson, not really for this deck. Airlift Chaplain, maybe. Emergency Weld is good in green-black. I mean, this has just been a bad draft. Bad cards. No signals. I have to kind of make a decision here. I'm going to take the Weld, and I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, great. No, there's no black cards in this pack. There's a Steel Seeker. There's another Vanguard. Another Air Marshal. These are both soldiers. We only have one card plus the Air Marshal that cares about soldiers. And Cavalry does too, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what to be doing here. This is bad. I'm not sure we're gonna make playables in either of the decks. This is a soldier. It's not a good one, but I mean it's good with tactician and it's good with cavalry. There's a golem here. I think the ship has sailed on black-green. I mean, I just never read that it was particularly open. We got some good cards. Now that I'm looking at every card I'm putting in the sideboard, it's like, it's good. Yeah, this is a... Now there's a 7th pick opportunist. What is this draft? This is very difficult. How many cards do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we're blue-white soldiers, I guess. Another cavalry. There's a Chromatic Star. Hulking Metamorph. Subjugation is fine, but I think this is probably our win con at this point. Are these cavalries. Another Paratrooper is good. Howling Mine is funny. Okay. Weakstone Subjugation. So what cards do we have that care about soldiers? 3 cavalries, an Eoshan Tactician, and an Air Marshal. That's a decent amount. Yeah, this is like a good draft to go back and look at the process of and see if I could have or should have or like navigated my way into any other deck or stayed green-black for some reason. I mean, we saw the Tactician like pick 6 and then just kept getting a bunch of decent 2-drop soldiers, and then there was cards with like 0 or packs with like 0 black and green cards. So take a Power Blade here. We probably wheel another one now, but I'm not going to play 2. I think you could play 1 though. Stern Lesson pick 12. It doesn't matter what blue deck you're in. That shouldn't be going pick 12. That's one of the better blue commons in my opinion. This could be good in an aggressive deck. Tap 2 creatures. I mean, this is just too expensive. Alright, let's hope we get paid off in the last pack here. Let's see. We're getting paid off in the black-green deck that we're not drafting. Scatter Ray, Retrieval Agent is a soldier. Curate, Chaplain, Keeper of the Cadence is not this deck. I think the power level at common in this set is underwhelming. Like, the more I look at these packs, it's like, I don't really like any of these cards. Like, cards that I common in this pack that I would want to put in my deck actively, like 2 or 3. This in certain decks, this in certain decks, maybe that. I'll take the soldier here, but I'm not happy about it. Is this a soldier? It is a soldier. How many non-creatures do we have? 5? No, 4? It's another paratrooper. It's either commando or the paratrooper here. We already have 2 paratroopers. We are going hard on flying, though. I don't want Scatter Ray, I don't think. What's our curve looking like? I'm not even sure how many of these I'm playing, so probably filling this 3-drop slot's not a bad idea with this commando here. Great Desert Prospector, that doesn't really seem like this deck. Loren's Escape, maybe that's worth it, but there's another 2-drop in Phalanx Vanguard. Yeah, and we're passing up on Obstinate Baloth. I think green-black, in retrospect, was probably correct. But we're blue-white, so we'll deal with what we have right now. Swiftfoot Boots, I don't think so. Evolving Wilds, number 2, probably not in a lower to the ground deck like this. I think it's between the Escape and the 2-drop, and I'm probably just going to err on the side of the creature here. Oh, jeez. All of the regrets. What does this do? Well, this could be decent. We have a good amount of flyers. Like, if we have like 5 creatures, we just equip up these ambush paratroopers and just swing in for 5 every turn. They have to kill it every single time. That's pretty good. What am I giving up on? A military discipline, which is like whatever, and another retrieval agent, which I don't care about. And this thing, which isn't good. So I'll take a Sigil of Valor. Let's see if we can play it. Well, with the Sigil of Valor, another ambush paratrooper is good. Don't want Deadly Riposte, Retrieval Agent. Yeah, like, look at the cards in this pack. Like, this was good in some decks, but there's a Paratrooper, there's a Gigamole, there's an Unleash Shell. Like these cards just kind of suck. Soul Partition. Bounce a creature, make it more expensive. It's an instant as well. This is not really a soldier you want, and I don't know how many Stern Lessons we really need. I could take Soul Partition. It's a decent little tempo card. Another Air Marshal, although this could be good in this deck. How many 1-drops do we have? We only have 1 1-drop. I think I'm going to take the second Air Marshal over that thing. This card seems okay. I love the art, though. I'll take Curate and not play it. Nothing coming back that's relevant here. Same thing here. I'm not playing 2 of these. We'll have to see what the deck ends up looking like. It's definitely more on the aggressive side, and I don't have a ton of interaction here, which is not great. Got a lot of soldiers, though, that's for sure. The Ocean Tactician's going to be doing work. And by work, I mean I'll play it and they'll kill it, so. This just doesn't seem good, does it? I mean, we have to have ways to augment its power, which we do. But we'll have to see in the deck build here. So that was a really interesting draft. I'm curious if you have any comments for me as far as like what you think you would have done if you go back and look. You have the ability to go back and pause and replay and rewind and all that kind of stuff right now. But I'm wondering if Black Green was better. I mean, I had a base of Disfigure, Go for the Throat, and Spider, which is probably just good enough to just go right into green-black, but it started getting pretty cut, and then I started taking these cards, and then I took those cards, and I took these, and then this was open, and then it was very, very weird. So how are we winning? We're winning with flyers. That's what we're winning with. So Koilos Rock, as much as I like you, you don't really have synergy in this deck. So what we're doing is we're winning with Sigil of Valor and Veteran's Power Blade on any one of our 7 flyers, basically. Right? I think so. I don't think that means we care about Urza's rebuff. And this is just an expensive creature. So, I mean, is this the deck here now then? Only 5 triggers for the commando, which is not great, but it is a soldier. But it doesn't care about Air Marshal because it already has flying. If anything, it's a curve filler. I don't really like Corliss, except we have 3 Cavalries and a Tactician. And an Air Marshal and a Sigil. 17 lands. I think 17 only because we have double Air Marshal. If I didn't have any Air Marshals, I would be playing 16 here, but I think our and the triple Paratrooper activation. And the Power Blade equipment. So I think running 17 seems fine in this deck with all these extra things. And we'll see if Soldiers is good. I would not consider this to be a good Soldiers deck necessarily. I don't think it's a bad one, but I think it's probably like a 6 out of 10 Soldiers deck. So I mean, if I can squeak out 3 or 4 wins with this, I think that would be okay. God, this is slow. I can play Soul Partition on 2 though. We have so many 2-drops in the deck that we could draw as well. Instead, I'll draw a 5-drop. Okay. I don't think it's worth using Subjugation on their 1/1, even if it does have Unearth. I'm probably just going to Soul Partition whatever they play here if it's a 3-drop. Yeah, I mean, it's like not great, but it just basically gets rid of that. They're not really going to want to play it again. It's pretty good against our cohort here, so just going to go ahead and use my mana here, get rid of that card, and now it costs them 5 for a 1/4 lifelink. I'll be mana efficient. Play the cohort. And then land off the top would not be bad, so we could start dropping flyers. Playing the mirror match here. Wing Commando, okay. Alright, so where do I put the counter is the thing. Do I put it on the cohort so it trades with the Wing Commando instead of the frontliner? Or do I put it on the 1/1 so I have attacks with that? I think I don't know, that's tough. Yeah, I think I put it here, and I'm fine trading this off for the commando here. If they'll let me. If they don't, then I'll just subjugation their commando if they attack with that for just 1 mana, which will be fine. Oh, okay. Yotian Medic, yeah, sure. That's the best you got for 5 mana? Make this a 5/3. It could block with Commando and Medic profitably. But this doesn't have attacks because of the Medic. See if they double block there. While we're waiting on the double block, check out the Daily Drafters Discord link in description. Would love to have more of you join the Discord. It's been a good time with us, with those of us that are in there, and I usually forget to mention it, but it's a fun little perk of the channel for viewers of the channel. You can also DM me on the Discord. What do they do? Draw 4, discard 2. You can DM me on Discord to do a subscriber showdown with me here later in this format. Those are a good time as well. Got to be a subscriber to the channel to do that, so go ahead and also subscribe if you're interested in doing a subscriber showdown. So what do they do? 5 mana, draw 4, discard 2? That's fine. They're gonna... So I could just subjugation this down now, and then they're basically just like dead. I'll decline to pay. So we have 6 mana, so we can't quite play this and activate it. I wonder if I could have won this turn. I might have had lethal. They're probably going to chump. Yeah, they'll just chump. If they didn't jump, I would have been dealing an extra 5. Yeah, I would have had lethal if they didn't jump. That's alright, though. They do have 5 cards in hand. What do they have? Nothing? Oh, okay. Jeez, what were they doing? Alright, cool. Got the first win. Let's see if we can gather some more. Oh, look. Back into plat 4 as well. Not too bad. Okay, so we're on the play this time, and we have a sketchy hand. But I think it's probably still a keep. I hate mulliganing so much, but... Yeah, see, perfect. Never didn't have it, right? Alright, let's see if they have some sort of... Nope. Alright, so we'll just play this here. 2 mana, 2/2 Vigilance Soldier is basically what this is in the deck. Just gonna use my mana while I can. Oof, that's a good card. Yep. Alright, am I willing to... I'm probably willing to trade this off at this point. I mean, we just have nothing but flyers in the hand and stuff. I mean, this card's very, very good. And if they establish any sort of board presence to start blocking us, this thing just... Put 4 mana into this, starts hitting us for 5 a turn. We're dead in 3 or 4 turns if we can't kill it. And we do not have a lot of interaction in the deck, so we need to try to kill them quickly. Ooh, nice. So these have the ability to surveil 1, and they have vigilance. Alright, so next, so I'm going to play out both of my creatures next turn, give things flying, and try to kill them here. So we'll do this. Go to combat. These don't have a reach, do they? No. They go to 8, and then next turn, do we have lethal? Depends. They probably have some sort of answer to our board, right? Don't want Gwenna. I can't really afford to use Gwenna at this point. It's a great card, but can't really afford it. Pretty much have to kill the Air Marshal, like, immediately. Alright. 2-0, let's keep it rolling with this deck, I suppose. Well, this is a pretty darn good hand to start with. We'll keep this one. Don't know which 2-drop to lead on, though. Probably one of these. I'll lead here because it's a 2-drop I'm willing to trade off with their 2-drop. And it hits for more if they don't have a 2-drop than playing the Paratrooper. So I'll play the Air Marshal and then just smack in for 2 here. And then next turn we get to play double Paratrooper. And then start hitting them in the air. I'm just going to make a 3-3. Well, it does hold our board back. But next turn we'll put the counter probably on the Engineer, and then we can attack into that 3-3. I really don't want to see the Spider. Swiftfoot Boots. Unfortunately for you, we have, or fortunately for you, we don't have any interaction in our deck, so we don't really care about that. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the Engineer here. Oh, it's another soldier you control, duh. Huh. Sure, I'll go here. Now next turn we can jump this into the air if we want to. We can pump all these with this. They will have 5 mana though, so something's going to happen. Of course they play a reach creature. Yep. Well, that probably wins them the game. Because I can't really get through. I mean, I can get through a couple creatures, but, like, they're gonna die. Down goes Aeronaut Cavalry, more than likely. Yep. Yeah, I mean, this stupid thing. I mean, I'm gonna play it, obviously. It's good, it's just... can't really attack. I need Yotian Tactician to survive pretty badly here. And I need to draw a Weak Stone Subjugation. And I need them to not move Swiftfoot Boots onto the Rust Goliath. I mean, I need a lot of things to happen. Land, Power Stone Fracture. Good thing that went to the yard. So I get a land. What else they got here? Nothing. Okay, so we can attack now, I think. We got nothing else to do. They have something. But we can theoretically do this. They might have like Gaia's Might or Gaia's Gift. So maybe that makes this attack bad. But then this attack does nothing. Can attack here too, I guess. What if we swung out? That can't be good. All they have to do is... So if they kill the Ocean Tactician in response here, this becomes a 2-3. And it dies. This gets eaten by that. Oh, this is just so bad. I know I activated that when I shouldn't have, but... The more I thought about it, I think it was a responsible play. Yeah, because they're going to kill this now, and then we're going to get blown out. Yeah, so we're just going to get absolutely toasted. So, I think this stupid reach creature is going to probably put the nail in the coffin for them. More reach. Yeah, I don't know how we win this game. Unfortunately. Ooh, fun. I mean, maybe we draw enough creatures to go in wide enough to kill them in one shot, but I mean, this staff is gaining a life a turn now too, so we gotta... We have to draw, I think we have to draw like 7 creatures in the next turn alone, on our draw step. And then kill them with them. Because this looks inevitable. I mean, we're doing the opposite of what we usually do on the channel here, which is draw 6 lands in a row at this point in the game. So at least there's that. Ooh, another one. I like this card. This card's fun. I mean... Keep drawing creatures here. Make a 9/9. I don't care about that. That thing doesn't have a reach, though, does it? Good. So another mana off the top means we can attack with 5 flyers. Alright. Doesn't have trample, does it? I don't think so. Okay, so this costs 5, this costs... Can't activate this twice. This is just so annoying. Usually flyers are good enough. Unless they have reach. Okay. I don't really know how we win here. Sure, I can take 9. I guess we do this. Staff seems like a fun card, even if it's not like so much mana, but like all you have to do is play a 3/5 reach and then you can do it all everything you want the whole game. Oh, it untaps a creature too. Well, that was just wonderful. So that was a waste of a card. And then that dies, and yeah, now we're pretty much just dead. I mean, maybe this allows us to have attacks or something? I'm not sure. This thing has Death Touch though, so like... It's 2 plus O. So I could equip it, make this a 3/1. No. Make this a 5/1. Give it flying and attack. Do that here too. I mean, they still have all kinds of removal here, so like, does it really matter? They could just tap it too. Yeah, they could tap all of our... I'm done here. I don't want to play this game anymore. Okay, so we're on the draw here with a decent enough hand. I mean, we'll keep this one. Got a white mana. Bunch of 2-drops. Seems good to me. What to play on 2? Probably Vanguard here. Card is stupid good. I doubt they're blocking here. And if they do, good for them. Okay. So far, they played 2 flying creatures, and our whole game plan is to try to win in the air. So this is also looking like a pretty quick game here. Yeah, they're doing the thing. They got the 2 best cards for this archetype at non-rare. So I'm not exactly sure how we win this one either. Don't think I have time for 2 of you. What do they have for 1 blue? Oh, well, they can't activate that, so they have something. I don't know what it is, though. Don't know the format well enough just yet. Goblin Firebomb. Okay. Newsflash, that won't be relevant this game. We will either die first, or they will die first. But 7 mana, kill a thing, probably won't happen. And my guess is we're going to die first. But let's see. Yep. I think we'll go here and there and offer the trade for the adept now. Okay. No plays. Huh. Some sort of some sort of essence scatters or scatter ray or whatever, which means I don't want to play the tactician when they have all this mana, and I can't attack when they have all this mana. So I'm gonna air marshal and then plan on paratrooping on their turn, because we can pay the 4 right now. So I'm just gonna pass this turn. Maybe I can get them to use a removal spell on the cavalry or something, and then the tactician can resolve. They might play Stern Lesson here, is my guess. Where they would trigger all their things. Okay, so they're going for another trigger here. Okay. I mean, at some point, we might have to be on the defensive. See if they want to scatter ray that. Nope. Disfigure? Remorse. Okay, so good. We got that out of their hand now. So now this can resolve. We can attack here and here and give one of them flying. Or give this flying. They bounce it, take 4. me go to, I think I still get priority, but I'm going to go to control here, and I'm going to activate this, just to make sure I don't accidentally skip through that. So we'll go ahead and push through 4 damage here. In the next turn, we can jump 2 of these into the air if we wanted. But let's see what their response is. That is good, but not great here. So now this can be, they have activations for this to be a flyer, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play out my hand here. Let me see if they do something pre-combat. Not going to be attacking. So I'll play the agent. I'll play this. And now I have all kinds of activations up. And if they don't have too many answers, I mean, this air marshal can be a problem. So I can make this a 4/5. Okay. That's also just good. They've proven they don't have the answer to the tactician, at least not yet. So where do I put this counter here? So if this dies, they're gonna get a Thraxodemon back, which is not the end of the world for us. So I can put this here, I guess. And I'm still gonna wait for a moment. I think as soon as I draw a land, I'm just gonna start attacking. But if I had the option to build out my board even further, they chose to just straight up not activate that. Okay. I mean, it's basically free for you. Could have just turned it into a 5/4. Alright, 2 cards in hand. Soul Partition is nice backup. It's actually very good. So we have 7 mana, so we can activate this once, and cast this. So 1, 2, 3 to jump this into the air. I'm actually just gonna do this now. I know they have this thing. It could be a 4/5, but that's fine. Or 4/4 if they cast a non-creature spell. But we're going to be pushing a lot of damage this turn. Might be able to just attack out, to be honest. But that could go pretty wrong. If they kill this and we attack with both of these, the Adept eats 1. What happens if they kill this and we attack out? They're going to kill it and then animate that. And then they'll probably trade. No, they'll bounce one of these, take like 7. They kill this. Eat this, take the other 3, bounce that one, take like 7 or so. That doesn't seem great. I think this is... Wait, did I remove some of these? Oh, I see. Okay, that could have been bad. Okay, so who's attacking? You 5? Okay, that's who I want. See if they kill the tactician now. Do they have Firebomb? No, they don't have Firebomb mana. Supply drop. Okay, that's not the end of the world. I mean, it's not great for us, but it's not the end of the world. Well, now the statue is a 5/5. I see. It was going to be a 3/3. I thought it would turn into a 4/4, but it was already a 1/1. Okay. So now they get to eat one of these and eat one of these. They're still not in a wonderful spot. As long as we have these air marshals. So they still have to take 8. Yeah, I mean, worse things could have happened there. It wasn't great for us, but, I mean, worse things could have happened. Because now their options are draw land, play it, use the firebomb, or play the anointer and animate the statue. And either of those, I think they die. So they have to have something better than those plays now. Yeah. Now if they have a land, they can do all of that. So I guess that is better than that. Okay. So we can jump 2 things into the air here. They're at 3. Like, the most they could have here is 3 blockers against our 4 attackers, which would mean they wouldn't die because this is only a 2/2. And if they kill this... This all hinges on this one card. So I could trade this thing off for their statue, or can I? So if they kill this and animate that, that's a 6/6. And I can only activate this twice. So I shouldn't have even given that flying. This is really tough. I'm just going for it. I think... So they have 4 blockers against my 4 attackers here now. Which is not great. Granted, they don't have outstanding blocks, but they don't die, so... Yeah, they have to trade. So we're going to be left with these 2. And they're going to be left with that. But the problem is... They have another creature and a removal spell. Why did I not respond to that and give this flying? Either way, if I'd given this flying, they would have blocked here and chumped. And then blocked... They would have traded. It would have been the same. Actually, we would have been left with an air marshal instead of a survivor, which would have been a lot better. So, yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Okay. Well, yeah. They could play Gurgling Anointer here, and then they still don't die, and then it's just a top deck war, and their top decks are probably better than ours. Yeah, I should have responded by giving this flying. I would be left with a retrieval agent and an air marshal instead of a survivor. Although they had to let this one through. No, they would have traded... I can't do the math right now. There's a potential it was a mistake. Okay, so they straight up chose to not play this. Which tells me if I attacked with both, they would kill this one and eat that one by having a removal spell in hand. Because this is the same result. So, and they don't have 7 mana. So I can't attack. Yeah, I can't because they could have guaranteed not dying by playing this. So the fact that they didn't means that I'm pretty sure they drew a removal spell. Like, they almost had to have. Or they just messed up and I didn't go for it. But I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they made the correct play there. Okay. Now they can't play the Anointer. Can they cast an over... Oh, that's fine. That means you die. Unless they have an Overwhelming Remorse in hand. How much can they cast that for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can cast this for 1 black mana. This is a really close game. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. 5, 2. So if we attack out, I think the only card that kills us here is Overwhelming Remorse. It doesn't kill us. I mean, it's very bad for us though, because they will remove this, eat this, and eat that. No, because they can't actually cast Overwhelming Remorse and animate the statue. So I think we're okay. Do we have it? I think we do. Maybe? Gonna activate the levitating stat. Oh, nope, they passed through it. Okay, I think we got it. Awesome, okay. We might have had it earlier, but I think all of my explanations told you why I didn't go for it. But what I did, I think it ended up being okay in the end. Played that a little bit safe, but we got the win in the end. Alright, on the play in a matchup here against Shrimp Guts, which is like my favorite name ever, with a nice keepable hand. Nice little 2-3 curve here with Vanguard into Commando. Land off the top would mean Vanguard into Air Marshal, both next turn, which would be great. Reconstructed Thopter. Unfortunately, we did not find the land, which is pretty bad for us. And we don't have a lot of non-creatures, so this isn't going to be much better than just trading for their 3-drop. So I'm just going to do it. I know they're going to take it, which is fine. They might not, because they know we could have prowess. They might trade with the Vanguard. Oh, okay, that's fine. Really would have liked to land off the top there. That would have been really nice. Power Stone, Engineer, yeah. I mean, you got things that trade with mine, so... And they got Epic Confrontation, so things are happening. Gonna make this a 4-2 this turn. They're gonna trade with it, but I mean, yeah, so We get a Power Stone. We have a couple creatures here. Cavalry next turn, if we draw land, could be good depending on what they drop here. Although if they play like a 3-5 reach, then we just lose again. So, that sucks. Okay. That's not the end of the world. And then hit us for 2? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I think it's just a Paratrooper and Air Marshal turn now. They could have their own Paratrooper, which would be bad, but I'm willing to risk it if they're going green-white. They clearly have something. Could be Guy's Gift. Nothing? Well, that's suspicious. I mean, I guess I'm playing Cavalry, but like, what do they have here? Nothing? Okay. That was weird. I don't know what they had in their hand. They had something, but oh well. Okay. Alright, our opponent mulliganed, and we have an okay hand. It's not outstanding, because we have 2 4-drops here, and I'd like for like one of these to be a 3-drop instead. But we have a lot of draws to help us out, so we're keeping it, obviously. When you have both your colors of mana, it's hard to mulligan hands like that. Goring Warplow. Has Death Touch. I could trade it with the Paratrooper, which is probably good for me, because I'd like for these to not have a Death Toucher on the battlefield. So I'm probably just going to trade this for my Paratrooper here when they attack with it. Or at least attempt to, if they don't like disfigure this or something. Okay. I could have used Subjugation. Now if I had 2... What was it? Oh god, it's got reach. Of course it does. If I had 2 blue there instead of 2 white, I would have taken that, cast that, and then I would cast Air Marshal and Subjugation on my turn. But because I didn't have 2 blue to guarantee that, that's why I did it like I did. So I'm just going to play these 2 creatures here. Good news is next turn if we even miss a land drop, we could still play Cohort, but that's like not good against this spider. Could tap down the spider, but I don't think they're going to be attacking with this. Okay, they're digging here. And then pass, huh? I think I'm just going to play my most expensive card here, get these on the battlefield. While they had mana up, I didn't want to play the Tactician into that just yet. What did they hit? What did they get? A creature? Yeah, that's a pretty good one against our deck. I mean, it's a 2-mana 3/3 defender. So we have a window to resolve this. And I think I'm going to take that window right now. And see if it survives. And if they kill it, then they kill it. But at least they can't counter it. They just keep passing. Gosh. Well, I'm going to keep playing out my cards, I guess. I really hate when they have all these blue and black mana up and I have a tactician on the board. Because if I go for any kind of attacks, I have to assume that this is going to be dead by the time blocks happen. Oh, Jesus, what does that even do? I didn't even read that. Reveal an artifact. Scrap Orc Rager. Okay, yeah, I like that card. Reveal an artifact, put it in your hand. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. So they have a reach and a flyer. We can only get rid of one of them. +2 +0. I can get in with this thing. So I can equip this, give it flying, get in for 4, and then... Because they can't kill this turn. I can't play the agent, though. But that lets me have a moment to resolve this and keep getting in. Or I could just trade with their Thran Spider or something, which is probably also fine for me. So I do this. What do they have? They got priority. Oh, do they have the 1 mana or the 2 mana bounce a creature but costs 1 if they have an artifact creature? Could be that. I don't technically I don't technically have to give this flying, but then it would only be trading for like this or this, which is not great. But maybe they might have that bounce a creature thing. Let's see if that's what they use. If they did, I shouldn't have tapped like that so I could replay it. They could also bounce the Yotian Tactician here and kill this. It's the only thing I can think. Yeah, they'll double block. I'll try to kill that. Yeah, and then they bounce the Yotian Tactician and I get eaten anyway. This is exactly what I thought it was. So, that didn't work out. Should trust my gut on that. Should have put that one first for that reason. Because then I would have still at least killed it. This card is not good. Unless it is. I almost felt like I was overthinking it there, but like... What is this? They're still at 19? Yeah, alright, this is another one we're going to lose here. 6/6 trample. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a way to push through. I mean, all it takes when you're playing an aggressive deck that relies around flying is for them to play reach and flyers, and then all their creatures are bigger than yours. So I can't really do anything about that. We will decline here. Then I guess we can play Partition and Scry, or we can equip something. Kill an air marshal. Huh. Could be interesting. I mean, they just have so much open mana, though, so none of this is going to go well for us. I mean, yeah, against these blue-black control decks, it's just so difficult to go for anything. Because if they have blue-black control, they're just going to kill your Yoshin Tactician from underneath you and blow you out. And it's like, your math has to constantly be on high alert. I mean, it's kind of good news that they're upkeep surveilling here, but, I mean... next turn we can smack them for like 12. But again, all they have to do is have any kind of interaction. Okay. I'll take that Power Stone, thank you. Alright, what do you got? So I can equip this. See if they kill it now. Probably do. I mean, we have a 10-8 now, so... Are they going to take 10 here? They're going to take 10. Okay. I'll play another creature, I guess. Alright, they're digging again. Let's see what they keep it on top. It's got a removal, and they didn't, so... They are flooding a little bit. We still are somehow only have 4 mana. Although for just 2 mana every... Well, for 5 mana every turn, we can equip this and give something flying and keep hitting. Now, will we survive long enough? I don't know. But we'll see. Alright, now I think they have removal, or like a Koilos Rock or something like that. They do have a chump blocker at the very least, so they're not dead. But I think they've got the removal for the Wing Commando here. But otherwise, their own Wing Commando attack wouldn't have made sense. So there's the removal. It's kind of removal. Okay, yeah, I mean, that happens. I think I'm just replaying it. Yep. And then I go ahead and equip the Vanguard here. Oh, why did I do that? Oh no, that's so bad. And I can't even undo. I can't even untap this. Now I can't give it flying. Oh, that's so bad. Ugh. Okay, I guess I'm equipping and just not using my mana for flying. Okay. Could have held back their own Wing Commando next turn. This does give vigilance though, so like... This one's pretty good as an attacker here. I just royally screwed that up as far as being able to block their Wing Commando this turn. They do not want a Su-Chi Cave Guard, so they need something else. Another Rager. Okay, that's not great for them. It's fine, it's good. Yeah, here comes Commando. That's fine. Doesn't have reach. So they're chumping with Spider now? Go back. 1, 2, 3. They have an answer. They have 2 mana in hand. And it is an it is an instant because none of this is giving them priority. So they have something. Okay. Now the question is, do I play Retrieval Agent, or do I hold up another activation of Air Marshal to protect against Wing Commando flying double prowess trigger kill me? I think the answer, if they have another, so they don't have a removal, because they would have just removed this instead of chumped with their Spider. So whatever they have is like Curate or something. And Curate could help Wing Commando kill us. So I'm just going to end the turn and hold up the Air Marshal activation to protect us. And if they don't attack with Wing Commando, I'd love to see them put a card in the yard here. Because if they don't, that means it's an answer. They're thinking about it. It's a really interesting game. Made a little bit of a mistake. Okay, yeah, that wouldn't have done it. Made a tiny mistake and it may come back to haunt. It's just I tapped the wrong thing. And then it caused me to not be able to activate, so... Okay. It's another flyer. Scry 4. They are getting... I mean, with the Scry 4, their deck size doesn't really matter at this point. They're going to find what they need off of a Scry 4. They look at half their library, for God's sake. All they have to do is top any removal spell, and then we lose. 4 top. Yeah, so I think we lost this one, unfortunately. I mean, I could give 2 things flying. Potentially 3, but that's not enough to kill them because they have 3 blockers. Or two. Huh? So I have to block everything. So I'm giving Tactician flying and blocking the Commando with it? I guess. And then I do, like, I mean, I have to block everything again, so. Is that right? No, I need to do it this way in case they kill the Tactician here and make things go badly. These two will still trade. And I need to keep an Air Marshal back, just in case I need to protect against this. So I guess that's how I block? What do they have? They put 4 cards on top of their library. They know what's coming. Clearly they have something great. Yeah, so they do have the removal for the Tactician. Or, I guess just a way to do that. Okay, so alright, so they have these two. So do they have to block here? What do we... No, because this only gives it for each other creature we control. So this could be 4. I could flash this in. What, do we have a lethal here if they don't block? Maybe we have lethal. So 1, 2, 3 using these 2. Then we'll have 5 mana left over. 3 mana left over. And this gives us... I think we do. If they don't block now. They might not. This is going to be attacking as a 4-3. This will be attacking as a 3-1. Oh, when it attacks alone. Ah, crap. Oh, and then I used the wrong mana. Oh my gosh, this is just so bad. When it attacks alone. So then I do this. And then I can flash that into to chump their wing commando. It attacks alone as a 7 power, so they have to block. Yeah. Okay, so maybe I'm not super punished. So they have to block here. Okay. I'll end the turn. This is really close. These are the games I usually don't do great at. These are the tough games, but I'm sure I'll be hearing from you all in the comments as far as how I could have won this game much earlier, and that's all fine. Okay, another flyer, yeah. Rager, draw a second card. Okay, I do go down to 6 now, but I'm not sure that matters. We know they're drawing gas. They're not drawing any lands. Which means maybe we're dead? So I have to block 2 of these. Yeah, I think they got us here. I mean, gosh, was there a way to win this game? Potentially. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I'm sure I can hear from y'all as to the way that I could have won it, but it's very close. And then they get the spider back too, so yeah. So now they have double protection against our trooper. Well, we were close, but now they could just block here. I mean, I guess we have to cast Stern Lesson. Because if we play this, then we die. If we play this, we die. If we attack, we die. So we play Stern Lesson and hope we hit 2 creatures. And didn't, so it didn't really matter there. Okay, well, it was a really close game. It was a good game. But they just outplayed us a little bit, I think, is how it ended up in the end. Okay, on the draw with a fine hand, I guess. I mean, lands are good draws, creatures are good draws at this point, because lands are good to get us to these, and creatures are good. So at least this hand is good at any point with any draw, so we'll do that. Double green, Argothian Sprite. Yep. Am I fine trading? Probably. But they don't let us. I'm gonna be mana efficient here. I know it doesn't progress the board, but next turn we can play both of these. And if they don't block here, this is great. I think they will, but yeah, I thought they would. But their board is not super threatening at the moment. And they're either mana screwed or in a mono green deck that needs a little help at the moment. And if it's a mono green deck, I don't like my chances. Because all they have to do is... Yeah, why is there so much reach in this format? Well, what if I did this? And said, boom. It requires an answer pretty quickly. Sigil of Valor is pretty good in these aggressive decks, I've found. Like, so far today, this card's been a house. Okay. Could I just give this flying? And then smack you again? I could just trade. And then do it again next turn. Okay. Figured they would, but our 2-drop is trading with their 5-drop, and then we can make this all of our creatures even better going forward too. So we have double flyers coming. I mean, yeah, it's not the end of the world, I don't think. Just gonna play my creature here. And then a land off the top lets us play this and equip the Power Blade onto this one. So yeah, that must have got mana screwed. I doubt they were mono green, but we had, I mean, with both of these equipments on the field, it's pretty hard. All right, on the play here with the 1, 2, 3, 4 curve. I guess we'll keep it, right? So I originally had this in my top white commons, but I think it's not quite that good. Like, white doesn't really care too much about Power Stones. Now again, this deck kinda does. So do I play off curve here with the Evolving Wilds, or do I, so I could play Agent next turn? I think the answer to that is yes. So I'm just gonna do this, get a blue. And then attack. Although, like I was saying, if they kill this and we get a Power Stone, like, we have a lot of ways to use that Power Stone mana, so. Okay, Burnished Heart, yeah. These come in tapped? I think they do. Yeah, they do. Okay. Yeah, you probably wanted to do that on my turn, so you could chump this, but I'm fine with that. So I could pump 4 mana, my whole turn to give this. No, that's not worth it. Okay, we'll just let this happen and see what their follow-up is here. Good news is next turn, if they just play some big, chunky, do-nothing 7 mana artifact, I can just Subjugation it, which will be good. That's probably not good. It's a good card, but not in this situation. Okay. So I can hit them for 4, 5, 6. I can hit them for 7 this turn. I don't need to, though. Because I can play this, or this, or this, or whatever. Okay, they got a land. Now they're drawing 2 cards a turn, so we got to close this out relatively quickly. Do you have another one? Yes, you do. Can you cast it? No, you can't. But you can cast something else. What else you got? Boomty. Junkyard Genius. Resolves. I'm probably casting Weakstone Subjugation next turn on this, and then attacking with everything. They chump this. Take something. So would I rather scry or play Stern Lesson? I think I'll play Stern Lesson. Discard this for the unearth value. Then I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have it now, right? So if I play this, attack with everything, they block this, take 5. Yeah. Alright. We got there. I think that was about the last turn we had to get that win. But look, 6-2 with this deck. Maybe we can grab that trophy. Let's see. Okay, we're on the play here, and I don't think this is one we can keep. If one of these were a plains, I think we could. But we'll mulligan this and then end up with the opposite hand. So we're playing this because there's no guarantee we'll ever be able to cast it. And then we'll probably end up 6-3, getting mana screwed. Just like we did in the first draft of the set. They got Disfigure here, but do they want to use it? Looks like they don't. Because they have a good blocker. What a mill. Okay. Fear my mono white deck. There's the Disfigure. Okay, are they super aggressive? Okay, they must be super aggressive or something. I mean, I guess I'm trading my 1/1, right? I mean, I take some damage, they draw a card, I guess, but... Found their land. Okay. And Emergency Weld returning this big fat boy that we're going to have to Weakstone Subjugation at some point, probably. So I can soul partition this thing to get rid of it for good. And now that makes them actually trade a card for one of these. They're going to play a 2/7 next turn. We're going to Subjugation. And then it's up to a top deck war. Now they're not going to. Okay. 3/4. Alright, well I guess I will go ahead and attack into it. Because why not? Get a Power Stone. Well, we managed to fight back from a really bad mulligan. Get rid of our cohort, yeah. Okay. Stupid flyer. They just don't want to... Oh, they can't cast that because they don't have 5 lands. What if I subjugation this? No, that's not good enough. I'm just gonna play the cavalry here. And not interested in trading. Subjugating their flyer might not be a bad idea now that we have a bunch of... Gosh, dang it. This is ridiculous, man. There's just so much reach in this set. It's crazy. Do I trade this for their Locust here? They can gain 7 life when this dies? Yeah, we're not winning this game. Okay. Gonna play this here. Reason being because next turn I could draw land, activate this, and kick a subjugation on their spider and start attacking. And then they won't gain the life from this either. But they're in black. They have ways to sacrifice this if they want to. Man, they're doing the cool black-green thing, though. Goodness. Although they're down to 10 cards in library, notably. Interestingly enough. And I'll play this, I guess. They have all... What is all this? Combat Courier, Rager, gains 6 life. Yep. I don't have to chump this yet, but, I mean... So if I do 4 mana to give this flying and equip it, then I'll have 3 left over to pump it once. Does this have reach? Nope. Now, that was probably pretty bad because now we open ourselves up to a bunch of... Okay, alright. Well, we went 6-3 here in this game. Or in this draft. And you know what? If you told me that we were going to go 6-3 with this deck, I would have been ecstatic. I mean, that's really good. And the last game we just lost to a really good green-black deck that had the best card in the set in Cityscape Leveler. But we probably were still losing that game. I mean, we just didn't really get off to the great start. But 2 drafts... with 3 drafts so far with 2 6-win decks, I can never really get over the hump of getting that trophy. But hopefully at least you learned a little bit about Blue White Soldiers today. Thanks so much for sticking around at the end of this video, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.